apologize. I didn't mean to startle you. I just... You actually followed my voice. I was worried my telepathy might not reach you, or if you could hear my barks. It's still strange for you, I'm guessing, talking to a fox. Yes, it's really me. You just said my name. No, you're correct. Hokori is my name. I just didn't expect you to remember. You were half asleep when I told you, after all, and very much still recovering from almost freezing in a blizzard. So you really did recognize my voice. I was not sure if you would. Oh? You remember me saying that? Listen for a fox calling in the distance. That was a while ago, so I thought maybe you didn't remember. I never forgot about you either. Ever since you left. I wanted to see you earlier. I saw you arriving this morning. But, I try my best not to be seen. So I had to wait until nighttime. Sorry I let you all the way out here. But I had to see you. Oh, sorry. I should probably transform into my human form. Maybe talking to me in this form is a bit less awkward for you. I'm just so happy you're here. I can't believe you're back. I was beginning to doubt you would ever come back. Forgive me. I probably shouldn't hug you like that. It's just... it's been so long. No, don't apologize. You have your own life back in the city, right? You don't have to explain. I understand. What about my tail? Oh, yeah. My tail split. Trust me, it's much less painful than it sounds. It just means my powers are continuing to grow. Pretty rapidly, actually. It's why I was able to reach you from so far away telepathically. I could never have done that before. Although it was still kind of hard for me. My head feels a bit dizzy. I guess that means no more popping out of my fox form if you touch my ears too much. At least, I think. I assume you're back to visit your grandparents once again? Well, they are getting on in age, so I'm sure they appreciate the help. I have been keeping an eye on them. From a distance, of course. Just to make sure they are doing fine. I hope that's okay. Have I done certain things for them? Why do you ask? Oh, they told you about that, huh? I promise they haven't seen me. It's just, one time your granddad was getting water from the well, and I could see it was getting really difficult for him. So I decided to fill some buckets of water for him that night, so he didn't have to walk so far the next day. I've done it a few times, I guess. I I know I said I would stay away from the village, and at least most of the time I have. It's just I don't want to let one bad experience keep me from helping when I can. It's having a bit of an unexpected effect though. They keep leaving food at the edge of the village. So your grandparents mentioned that as well. Yeah, I figured it was for me as thanks. I feel very humbled by the generosity of your grandparents. They don't even know who or what they are trying to thank. And if whatever they are trying to thank is even receiving their gifts, they just know something helped them. At first, I didn't take anything of what they left, in hopes they would stop leaving food. They don't have to give me anything as thanks, but they kept doing it. So, eventually, I took it. I don't want to let good food go to waste. They think the spirit of the mountain helped them. Well, I guess, in some sense, they are right, although I am no spirit. Helping those in need just feels natural to me. I like doing it. It's been kind of hard for me to stop, actually. Before I knew it, I ended up helping other people in the village as well. At just little things, though. And they too started leaving gifts, just like your grandparents. Like the tailor in the village, they left some beautiful fabric. Again, I was planning on not taking it, but it was such a lovely gift. So, I decided to sew these clothes with the fabric. It's just easy for me to make their lives a bit easier, and everyone is so grateful. You know, I think that even if your grandparents would know for sure of my existence, I think they would be the last people on earth to do anything to me. I don't think anyone in the village will. No, it's the poachers I'm worried about. I mean, what if they hurt someone to get information on my whereabouts? I haven't seen the hunters at all ever since that one time they almost captured me, but you can never be too careful. So, how long are you staying? You're not sure? What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You did tell me that you stayed in the city to provide for your grandparents, even though you aren't happy living there. I'm sorry to hear that hasn't changed. I guess that's another reason you decided to come back here? Is that so? So you did tell them how you felt about living in the city. And what did they say? So they instantly made room for you in the house? So you didn't have to go back to the hotel every night. That way you could also save money and stay longer. And you had been so adamant that they didn't need to do such things. But I don't think you're imposing at all. It seems to me that's their way of saying they would like you to stay in the village without actually pushing you into anything. They just want you to be happy. If I may, I have a question. You say you're not sure if you should permanently move here or stay in the city. But right now, at this moment, are you happy? That is good. And I think that's answer enough, isn't it? I understand. It's not a decision you make lightly. I think it would make your grandparents very happy though. And me? Oh, I let you here because, this place is kind of my secret spot. And I know it's safe. It's close enough to my cabin that I can get back home fairly quickly. But it's also close enough to the village that I can better observe it and help when I can. Should it be safe for me to do so, of course. It's also a place that is protected and hidden by the magic of the mountain. Haha, that means if I had not led you here, you would never have found it. Yeah, just like back then when I led you to my cabin. I just love it here. The waterfall is so beautiful. Oh? Is it honestly that surprising to find a waterfall here? Well, if you think that is surprising, put your hand in the water. Yeah, go on. Yeah, the water's warm. You can't see it from here, but way up there is a hot geyser. So even with all this perpetual snow in this area, I have my own little warm waterfall here. I just love sitting here in the snow near the water. Oh no, the cold of the snow doesn't bother me at all. In fact, ever since my powers have started growing more, I feel like I'm not really bothered by temperatures, hot or cold. Anyway, aren't the stars and moon beautiful the way they reflect in the water? It's almost magical. You told me how hectic life in the city can be, so I hope this makes you relax. That's good. I'm happy I managed to find the courage and lead you here, so I could show you this. I, wasn't really sure if I should even seek you out. I don't know. Maybe you weren't interested in seeing me again? Oh, really? Haven't you learned from last time? Planning on trekking all the way up the mountain first thing in the morning. What if another blizzard suddenly picked up? Just to come see me, huh? I guess you're right. I would come and save you again. I guess we both still have the tendency to find our way to each other. You wander too far up the mountain, I wander too far near the village. As you know, at first I was only helping to guide lost hikers. That's where the stories of animal spirits guiding those lost on this mountain came from in the first place. But I want to do more. You once had to save a poor wounded little white fox. Me? From poachers that weren't even from this village. But my powers have grown a lot since then, and maybe it's better if I showed you. See, if I put my hand on the surface of the water, I can freeze the pond and the entire hot geyser. Are you surprised? Some Kitsune grow elemental powers in addition to telepathy and shape-shifting. Right now, I can only control temperatures, but pretty soon, I'll be able to conjure both fire magic and ice magic. And don't worry, I can make the ice melt again by warming it up. See? Now you know why extreme temperatures don't bother me. There are a lot of different kinds of kitsune. Some are known to develop powers very late. My kind especially don't start growing and learning how to use our powers until we are well into adulthood. But when we do, in fact, even now when my powers have not fully developed yet, I'm already more powerful than an average human. And quite soon, I don't even have to worry about hunters at all. I'll burn them, freeze them where they stand, if they try anything. When that time comes, I will protect everyone in the village. I'll help them even more, make their lives easier however I can. Whenever you're here, be it for a short while or maybe for longer, I want to protect you. I want to protect your village. I'll protect those close to you, even when you're not here. You seem surprised by me saying that. You shouldn't be. Some legends say that if you earn the loyalty of a kitsune, her heart, she will protect you for life. Maybe there is some truth to that tale. You're asking if you've earned my loyalty. No, you've earned my heart. What you choose to do with it, it's up to you. Yes, I mean it. More than you probably know. I apologize. I should not say things like that, but I don't know when or if I'll see you again after this, so I had to speak my mind. You, seem to be thinking really hard about something. What is it? A decision? Made up your mind about what? Oh, really? Do you mean that? You're going to move here? Permanently? Are you sure? You said you couldn't because of your job. I see. You must have been thinking about this for a while now, if you already have something in mind. I can't believe... I know that ever since you went back to the city last time, you realized you're not happy in the city. I'm glad to hear you're now making a decision that will make you happy. That's all I want, for you to be happy. Even if that meant staying in the city. However, the fact that you now choose to stay here, with your grandparents, and with me, that makes me unbelievably happy. Yes, you can hold me. Yeah. When you stroke my hair like that, it reminds me of when you tried to comfort me when I had a wounded leg. And that time when I fell asleep in your arms because you kept pulling me closer in your sleep. Both times I was in my fox form. I missed the feeling of you petting my fur. I didn't realize that being in my human form would make you holding me feel even better. Are, are you cold? You're shivering a bit. I'm sorry I dragged you all the way out here into the cold. Do you trust me? Then let me try something. No, just keep your arms around me. I told you I could control temperatures. That means my own as well. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, does it? Like a warm pillow, you say. Judging by the fact I can feel your arms tightening around me ever so slightly, I'm going to assume that's a good thing. You should probably get back. It's late. Don't worry. We have all the time in the world. Once you move here, I'll lead you a bit closer to the village. Yeah, I understand. There are probably a lot of things you need to take care of before you actually move away from the city. Yes, of course I'll wait for you to come back, no matter how long it takes. It will probably be very strange for you to be living here compared to the city. Won't you feel bored? That's true. You'll have all the time to focus on things you love to do. Oh, I didn't know you were a writer. Oh, is that what you were doing before you heard me calling? Sorry I dragged you away. What do you write about? And why are you blushing? Well, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Oh, but that sounds wonderful. Stories inspired by the local folklore of this village. Why would you feel self-conscious about telling me that? It it includes stories inspired by me? I don't know what to say. No, I feel honored and flattered. I never considered myself to be part of the folklore of this village, but I guess I am. There are so many more tales I can tell you. For instance, did you know there are also half-human kitsune? Yes, it's actually more common than you think for a kitsune to fall in love with a human. You both know there are so many local folk tales and legends. You can write several books. Maybe even... Wait, that's your plan, isn't it? Writing and selling books? Such a fantastic idea. You can write about so many wonderful things. You can live here and still provide for your grandparents. It will be a time filled with uncertainty, I'm sure, especially in the beginning. But one thing is for certain. I'll always be here, watching over you, over the village. Speaking of, it seems we're nearing the village now. You can find your way back from here, right? It's only a small way from here, so if you want to see me again, you know where to find me. Yeah, you know how to find my secret spot now. The magic of the mountain won't lead you astray. You know, even when you start living here, we probably can't see each other all the time. While my powers are still growing, I need to be careful. But promise me you'll come see me sometime. I can make you tea again. Okay, I'll hold you to that. Now go on. And be safe. Oh, and I know this is a bit late, seeing as how you arrived here several hours ago now, but I still want to say it. Welcome home.